Hello, Noofs, and welcome to another ZvZ. This is going to be the second from this group that we post. It is between, in the top left, the red Zerg, his name is Elazer, and the bottom right, the blue Zerg, his name is Bly. So we're bringing another video from Group D of WESG. We just posted Elazer and Lambo in the next one. I won't spoil that for you. Go click on it if you'd like to watch it, and then we'll have Elazer Bly here, and then we'll have Bly and Lambo for the final one from this group. I'm pretty excited, Ben. How excited are you?
I'm also very excited.
Ben is very excited. So much like the last series, you would expect Elazer to take this one. I think that he's probably the favorite in this group to get second, because Cyril is also in this group, although all of his games are already casted, so...
Although I believe, so spoilers for the first group stage if you haven't watched that, right? But I believe Bly had a perfect record in his group in the first group stage. And
really?
So that was pretty good. And that was maybe also all ZvZ. It's amusing that you can go through, I think, 2 groups of all ZvZ in a row.
Yeah.
There might have been one non-Zerg player. I'm trying to remember. But it may have been all ZvZ. And anyway, the point being, Bly has looked to be pretty good in this tournament. So I think we should be a little bit, careful to count him out too early. So I think he has a very good shot here.
Yeah, absolutely, and I hope it's a close, and I hope it's a fun series, and I hope it stays on Ling Baneling for the entire darn thing, as usual. Or quick 2-base mutas, although it looks like both players are playing normal games.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't
right
be able to tell whether they're going for 2-base muta yet.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. So, anyways, we are on Acid Plant LE. Last series, I don't want to spoil too much, but Elazer played generally straight up-ish. Generally? Is that a fair statement, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yep.
Wink,
wink.
To the extent that we can. Unless, would it be better to just say, presumably viewers, if you don't want the last series to be spoiled, probably should pause this video and just go watch that one, right?
Sure, that's fair. So we can just start talking about it if you want.
Yep.
So
Elazer,
Elazer,
we're going to start talking about it, so you better watch
we're going to start talking about it. Give us more views. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this on the last one, but please someone follow us on Twitter. We have exactly 3 followers. And, I'm the one who handles the Twitter account, and I want people to hear what I have to say because I'm a massive raging narcissist. So come feed my ego and give me more followers on this Twitter than I have on my real-life Twitter. Spoiler, it will not be hard. I have very few followers on my actual Twitter. Anyways, Elazer looks like he's bringing some lings. This is a soft pressure on the third. You'd think Bly would be able to hold it, but he actually only has these 2 lings here. And it's going to take forever for that queen to walk across. Oh my gosh, this is kind of a race. That queen should make it though, and there are enough lings here that he'll be able to knock this off. Elazer's going to try to stutter micro.
Okay,
yeah,
he should be okay.
He should be okay. Bly should defend it. Looks like both players are just going to start churning out lings. Do either of them have a Baneling nest?
Let's see.
It looks like Elazer's just starting one.
Let's see. Okay, there's one Baneling nest here, yeah. So, but not with these waves of lings, there won't be any Baneling nests.
Yep, and it's actually going to be a Roach Warren for Bly. Oh, cute. So Elazer waits for all the lings to run by so that he can get some damage down the third.
Which is already weak.
Which is already weak. Bly might actually not be able to hold this. Does he have any lings coming across? It looks like he's running all the way back with both his sets of lings. Elazer will be beaten off, so this is not going to do any critical damage. That's a cute little play, though, because it delays Bly's pressure.
And another wave of Zerglings coming in here as this last wave pulls the things away. But this time he's not going for the third, he's going straight for the natural.
He's going straight for it, so he's going to be able to get this queen pretty easily. No lings for Bly has even popped yet. Meanwhile, in the laser space, he's having to Maynard the drones over from the second to the third, but he cleans it out pretty easily. Elazer looks like he's winning the fight over here, though, and he's going to start running onto this queen, and these drones are going to be ripe for the picking soon. So the queen can't do that much damage. He's going to give up the queen, just start taking out drones. Looks like we actually have the worker kill count nicely enough on this video. That natural queen goes down, it kills some production. Bly will be able to knock it out after that.
And now we see yet another wave coming of the Zerglings coming across from Elazer, and this time 4 Banelings morphing in. Now he's got some Zerglings on the third, which is undefended and already very weak. And more Zerglings coming in. Some reinforcements pop out. Now there's only one Zergling. Big Zergling fight here. But this Roach Warren has not paid off. And now that Banelings are coming out, it's just going to be pure Ling against Ling Baneling. That's going to be so hard for Bly to control enough to be able to hold on here. As he just runs for a counter, it looks like. But that's going to take so long to actually hit the other side of the map.
Yeah, that Roach Warren is basically just sitting there and doing nothing except for zoning, which it's not even really doing. He's got 3, 4 roaches, 5 roaches building now. Meanwhile, so Elazer is running riot in his face, but Bly has got a counterattack. It looks like he's got a slight Ling lead here, but with the 3 queens, Elazer should be able to hold this pretty comfortably, and Bly on the other side of the map has gone down to 5 workers. He's going to GG any second now. It looks like Elazer's just going to take this game after Bly unsuccessfully transitions to roaches, and Elazer manages to flood him with Lings. GG, says Bly, and Elazer takes game number 1 on Acid Plant. So as we load on here on the map number 2, Elazer has the 1-game lead. I would say mostly because he adhered to the old PvP rule of just, never build a Nexus. And in Bly's case, maybe never build a Roach Warren.
Yeah, so we saw that Roach Warren did not pay off because there weren't any roaches, but Elazer is going for a 12 pool here.
Oh, yeah, he typed out a GLHF, and I think probably when Bly didn't respond, he knew that Bly was tilted enough that an all-in would work. It's kind of like, have you ever been on ladder and typed out GLHF and then gotten a go fuck yourself and immediately been like, we're all inning this game, no question. There's no way this guy's going to be able to hold an all in.
I had one guy do that to me, and it turned out that he was proxy gating. And as soon as I heard that, I went out and scouted and found it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that did not go too well for him. So, in particular, this time, it's sort of an economic 12 pool here from Elazer. So he's not getting any gas, and he'll get an expansion after some Zerglings. So basically, the goal here generally is to try and kill the natural of Bly, rather, and then take his own natural.
Yep.
And that way you can get an economic advantage. And it doesn't put you anywhere close to as far behind economically as the other variants of a 12 pool that get gas do.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is something that Bly is going to have to recognize when defending this. So it's going to be very important that this Overlord goes across and sees that this base is here. And that way he knows not to commit too heavily to the defense. So we're going to have to see, can he hold... Oh, this is not good, though. This early of a third hatchery means that the minerals that he would be spending on defensive units are going to this hatchery, and he's going to have a very hard time holding this base then.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the drones to make the extra production from that third hatch worth it. Elazer's going to run in with these Lings. Oh, he's just going to defend the natural. He cancels the third. I think that was probably the right idea. Elazer knows that he has that natural if he wants it, so he's going to run up and try to get as much damage done on the main as possible. I guess he also saw that drone running back from having canceled the third.
Yeah.
From Bly. I wonder if Bly... It might have helped Bly to have hidden that drone, but oh well. So he's going to pull the drones here. It does a decent job. He's got some Lings here. Looks like he's down maybe 2 or 3, but as Elazer's reinforcements come in, Bly's going to be in even worse and worse shape because he doesn't actually have any drones mining anymore, and this natural is completely useless. Meanwhile, Elazer is droning back at home. He's got the natural completed. He's building that queen back home. He's down a few workers. This is, this actually didn't shake out that badly for Bly. It looks like he's on to what's happening. He doesn't see any extra Lings coming, so he's droning up himself. And the game's going to kind of shake out to be pretty even.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of running into the main there. I think you have to really try and commit to the natural and do as much damage as you can, because without the speed or anything, you saw that when he ran into the main, the drones just defended the Zerglings.
Yep.
And you don't have enough Zerglings to really engage the drones, and then the Zerglings of Bly came out. So I think he would have been better off trying to see if he could get the natural base, potentially canceled, at which point he would have been in a huge advantage. But the way it works out is that it's pretty even. Worker counts are about even. A faster third base from... Actually, no, it's about the same. And neither player choosing to get gas yet. So it'll be a gasless style, which isn't so common anymore. Although it used to be fairly common in ZvZ. But there won't be any fast Zerglings, or any fast Zergling speed because of the gasless style, so it's much less likely that we're going to see a bunch of Ling Baneling aggression this game.
Yeah, and on backwater too, there's no real way to kind of fork around to a third or anything, or put on any weird pressure. So Bly's adding 2 gases. Elazer's still going to sit gasless and just power up on drones. Do you think, does that tip Bly's hand for us a little bit? Do you have any idea what that might mean for him next? He's actually going up to 3. I guess Elazer's grabbing gas as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is about the time that you've got to take these gases. We'll have to see a little bit. I mean, so 3 gases this early maybe is a little heavy. Because you could potentially go into mutas off of this if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I think definitely roaches are a lot more natural. And you see Elazer dropping the roach horn in the Evo chamber, so I think we can pretty confidently say that he's going to go into that. And he's actually getting his own 3rd gas.
Mm-hmm.
But we see a lot of gas from Bly and still no building. So if we see a lair here, it's certainly possible that we'll see some sort of mutas. There isn't a roach horn built somewhere, is there? I don't think there is. There's the lair. There's a 4th gas, and still just a bunch of drones and overlords. So we'll have to see. There's the lair from Elazer. 2 Evo chambers. I don't know. It's very difficult to say at this point. There's not enough. You can't really definitively say from just what you've seen so far exactly what we're going to see. But I think both players are, or at least Elazer's going to get roaches with double upgrades, and I think Bly may well do that, but he could possibly go for moves.
Yeah, just when I saw that glut of overlords, I thought roaches, but then he pumped up on gases. I guess he is going to go roaches anyways.
Yeah.
There will be, I don't know, Ben, what do you think? 10 seconds of timing for Elazer, but he probably doesn't know that, and so there's no real way that he would take advantage of that. So it probably doesn't matter all that much.
Yeah, I agree.
Otherwise, things are pretty much exactly the same. Elazer is building roaches slightly earlier because his roach horn went up, but he's also cut drones on 3 bases now.
You can see that the roach horn late enough that, so it is going to be, I guess one of these styles where you get some roaches out and then go for mutas.
Mm-hmm.
So it was mutas, so, the gas timing that looks suspicious, I guess. There are going to be mutas. You see the 5th and 6th gas coming out. So Bly is going to try and make enough roaches that he doesn't sort of immediately die to roaches and that he doesn't immediately give it off. And then the hope is that Elazer goes mass roach, and then Bly can get like 8 or so mutas and then just kill all the roaches that move out.
Yep.
So we'll have to see. But if this overlord scouts the spire, which it should really, coming down this way, then the game will, be up for Bly, and Elazer, sorry, will be able to just respond to this correctly.
Yeah, what is the correct... So he sees the spire. I guess, is the correct response Hydralisk from there? Because
yeah, probably you have to drop a Hydro Den. Yeah, you see there is the Hydro Den. So at this point, the spire is close enough to done that you can't just commit to the to try and do a mass roach. Oh, actually, this roach attack.
He's going to catch roach speed, isn't he?
Yeah, if he kills the roach horn with the roach speed, that's going to be really bad. He is going to have to rely on some mutas here, maybe? Or just, I guess he does have enough roach ravager, but he's not going to die here. But losing that roach speed is going to be really painful, because it's going to mean he's going to have to sit on these mutas for a lot longer before he can transition back into a relevant roach army that can actually move across the map. In response to which, Elazer could potentially try and go all economic, and maybe go for lurkers or something, but right now he's just going to get those upgrades, get those hydras out. And we do see Bly taking the 4th base here, which Elazer just now starts his own. You do really want to have some sort of economic advantage out of these mutas if you go for them, but with how the worker counts are looking and the similar timing on the 4th bases, it looks like Elazer's just going to have probably a better army. And with those hydras coming out, he's potentially going to be able to do a big 2-1 roach hydra push. It's going to be very hard for Bly to stop.
Yeah, I think the hope for Bly might have been that he could catch that 4th base before the Hydralisk route, because he would be able to cancel it if he had gotten the mutas out about 10-15 seconds earlier, but now that the Hydralisks are out, the mutas don't have much damage that they can find on the map. They keep Elazer pinned in his base for a little bit, but with enough Spore Crawlers and Queens, you can defend against mutas at home and also move across the map at the same time. You see the Spore Crawlers are finishing... Oh, is he going to lose a muta? No, not quite. And Bly doesn't have much utility for these mutas anymore.
Yeah, so we now see the burrow coming out from Bly, so maybe he's going to try and do burrow roach play to come back in this game. But of course, he lost the roach horn, so he's just now getting roach speed. So it's still going to be a long time until he can potentially have roach burrow movement. But on top of that, we just see the same 2-1 upgrade coming out. But mass roach is not as good as roach hydra. Those hydras will be able to sit in the back of Elazer's army and do a ton of extra damage to the roaches of Bly, and of course also deal with the mutas. We do see the Hydra Den now coming out from Bly, so maybe not going to be going for the burrow roaches, but in that case I don't really know why he's going to go for burrow. The mutas are going to come in and try and do a little damage, but as you said, the Spore Crawlers and the Queen should be able to keep too much bad stuff from happening here to Elazer's mineral line.
Yeah, Elazer looks like he's pretty much set up, and he's actually going to start moving across the map now that he has a much stronger army. So those mutas can't even catch a queen back at the main. They don't really have much to do. Elazer's going to bear down. Is he going to bust through to this natural, or try to go for the fourth? Bly looks pretty set up. He has 3 Ravagers, but whoa, that is so many Roaches and so many Hydras. Elazer, though, that is not a concave he wants to attack into. I guess he's confident enough in his army comp right now that he's going to do it anyways. He's actually going to move straight in. He feels like he has the chance to win this immediately. He's got +2 attack, and Bly doesn't have it, so that helps too. He's bearing down on these Roaches, killing them so quickly with all those Hydras in the back. Just the Ravagers left. Oh my gosh, I think Elazer's won this game. He's winning the fight on both ends. He's going to be able to take out these Ravagers now. They're just sitting ducks. There's no way this fourth is going to live past this fight, at least. Meanwhile, he's pushing in on the natural, where he's also winning the fight. I think +2 did finish for Bly before he got... Oh, actually didn't. No, Elazer caught the Evo Chamber making +2 before it even finished, meaning he'll have the upgrade advantage for the foreseeable future. He's winning this fight here. All the Ravagers have been cleared out pretty much. The mutas can't do much either. Even if Bly clears this out, he's down the upgrades, he's down tech, and there's not really much of an avenue for him to go back. Either way, it looks like Elazer's actually just going to push through, kill all this army, grab that last Evo Chamber, and win this game handily. Bly should be peaking any second now.
Yeah, the last Roaches and Hydra pouring in, the units dying as they start. GG. Bly does tap out of the first game, which will go to Elazer.
Yep. Elazer takes game number 2.
Second game.
And we'll see if he can close it out in game number 3. So game number 3 here on Catalyst. Elazer up 2-0 on Bly. In this kind of group, you've got 4 Zergs, and you've got the Serral, who everybody expects to go out first. Obviously, these matches are pretty important for these players because they've each got 2 non-Serral matches to try to win, and if they can win both of those, then they can make that the group. Hey, by the way, Bly looks like he's going for a quick pool.
Yeah. So the early pool went sort of neutral last game, with neither player getting a significant advantage, and we see Bly doing the exact same build here.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was kind of impressive that Bly held as well as he did with that very fast third base, which I think a lot of it might be attributable to Elazer trying to run into the main. But at the same time, I think there's a good chance that he could have held the natural. I guess, so the funny thing about it, now that I think of it, is that the fact that he went for that third base meant that he wasn't really building drones with that money. So after he canceled it, he was able to build a bunch of Zerglings.
It's true.
So
and the spine.
Yeah, so maybe that kind of paradoxically helped him.
Yep.
We do see the hatch gas pool coming out from Elazer. So this time he is going to build a lot of drones. And I think Bly probably is going to want to try and commit to the hatchery and see if he can take it down. 8 Zerglings in production, and Bly takes his own natural. And it's now going to be on Elazer to not lose the natural or too many drones if he wants to still get in a good position in this game.
Yep, a small detail, by the way. Look at the laser spawning pool.
Uh-huh. Oh, it is closer.
Notice anything different about it?
Yeah, actually, I noticed that in a game earlier, but forgot to say anything about it. So I wonder why. Then he just sort of sometimes, it's not even on the same map. I think we saw in the last series, we saw him build it down here.
Yeah,
but now
it might be a Bly-specific adaptation. Maybe he knows him well enough that there's something that he doesn't have to worry about.
So Elazer knows what's going on. He's up to 19 drones. And we see Bly going for this hatchery and trying to get as much damage as he can on it as possible. So Elazer's going to have to pull drones here. We do see, it looks like 7 drones or 8 drones coming out. Pretty good number to try and defend. Zergling's almost done. And it looks like Elazer may be able to save the hatchery here with the drones and the Zerglings.
Yeah, I think once again we're going to see not that much damage go down. So 1 worker dies. Elazer looks like he's down 2 lings, I think, but he's got some others popping soon, and he's going to fight with the drones, so he's going to win this fight really handily. 4 drones go down, so they're basically even on drones, though. And with both naturals finished, this game, again, is going to end up being almost exactly even. Elazer, I guess, just has a weak natural that Bly might try to snipe soon, but...
But Elazer also has Zergling speed.
True.
So that's sort of the key advantage that he has. All things else basically are equal. But Elazer has these 6 Zerglings and has that speed. So you can see him actually committing to more Zerglings, and he may just try and go for a sort of Ling Flood here to take advantage of the fact that Bly is going to be gasless. But at the same time, Bly's going to have a lot of queens, and I think especially if Bly gets a spine crawler, he should have a pretty good chance of defending this. But he does really need to get a sense of what's going on so that he knows not to just build only drones. and to actually get some defensive units out. So this is going to be, I guess, the start of a wall. But it's a wall. A wall is not going to be helpful here, really, because with this much surface area, it'll easily go down. Okay, so he should now. Oh, but this Overlord doesn't actually see it.
Oh yikes! And he built
did he
3 more
actually-
drones.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually seen this. Okay. Oh, that queen.
man.
Oh, just barely gets into the wall. But the Evo chamber is now going to go down, and this is going to be really rough.
Yeah, there's just so many lings knocking at the door, and they've all got speed, and now Bly's queens are getting surrounded. They're picked off. He's got one that's about to die with a ton of extra energy. The other 2 now being attacked. One's running low. They're actually both running low. These 2 queens are basically the only chance he has left. One's about to go down. The other one goes down. Looks like Elazer is going to punch through and win this series 3-0. Elazer beats Bly. And, you know, spoilers, moves on to the next round. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you liked this video, subscribe if you subscribed it, and have a good day.